It's another day of the shop. We're working on the heavy wrecker. Tom's cutting out some plates over here. What are you doing with these?
Well, I'm cutting them out to. Who are you, man?
It's not really him. I'm me.
What? You guys are messing with me.
Oh, we are
Things
children.
got weird.
We are children. Good morning. It is another day of working in the shop. We're working on the wrecker. We've got the Wrecker Olympics coming up. It's right around the corner, and we don't have a tow truck to even enter into the event. So we're going to be thrashing on that super hard this week. Came in a little bit early. It's before starting time. No one's here except for the early crew. Last time you remember, we ended up flipping these shocks. We actually just swapped them side to side, and that put the reservoir on the inside. We had to do a bunch of modification here to make them fit. We're gonna box this in for strengthening this structure, which is part of the roll bar structure.
Sorry.
Sorry for what? Showing up early?
One minute early. No, in the middle of your video. I don't know what's going on here, but.
We're just starting this week off right.
All right. Okay, well, let me put this away.
I like you, Peanut. So that worked really good. We're gonna do the same thing to the front, but I wanna finish the back 100%. And that means we're gonna be trimming these off right here because these were getting really close to the lugs of these tires. Tom, I'm thinking about cutting about an inch off of these.
They're not holding anything in there, right?
No.
I just make them easier to get in and out.
Yeah, so when Lizzie gets here, I'm gonna start her welding these caps in.
Yeah.
If you wanna start scrounging up what you need for inside the cab, I'm fine with that. Not too bad. I know a welder that'll fix that.
It looks like I'm just chilling in this seat, but I'm actually trying to get the seat belts figured out. And they're supposed to mount right behind the seat at shoulder height. So that's pretty high, and that's right where the glass is. So I'm gonna run a bar from the ceiling all the way down to the floor, and then have some pieces come off the sides of that we can wrap these seat belts around. That's my plan. I don't think it'll bother us too much. I'm sitting in here, I can't even tell that one's back there right now. I'll probably be able to see the one in the other window, but I don't think it'll bother us.
We're gonna be freehanding this, but trying to use these lines as a guide. It's just a guide, John. You know what would look good, Tom?
What?
Rebar.
Does that bother you with the seat like touching
Yeah, this is how you're driving this thing.
it? Okay. Now, you won't ever see the one directly behind you.
No.
The one behind the passenger seat will.
But it's
will
mostly
be a little bit but
obscured
not-
by the seat anyway.
It's not a big deal.
Okay, we're gonna have Lizzie weld the caps on the tops of these locating bars. Guide tubes. Coil spring guide tubes. And then
So I'm just gonna weld the caps on these, and I'm holding on them by the magnet. I'm gonna tack it in place and then remove it and weld it all the way in.
all right, we interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you Merlin from Merlin's Old School Garage. So he stopped in. He wants to see if there's any ideas that I have that are bad, and he says I've got a couple of bad ideas.
I've taken a couple of pictures and I've gave him my input on what I don't like, but I took pictures of what I do like. I'm gonna go back and do it to my tow truck.
It's awesome that you stopped by. I've heard a lot about you. Paul talks about you all the time. I've seen your stuff on the internet, but I've never actually met Merlin until just like right now.
So I learned of Matt years ago because my cousin Paul used to derby against him, and they were kind of rivals, if you know what I mean. But then I discovered his
Do you know
videos.
what I used to always say?
Did you ever beat him? Did
Nope.
you ever just take him out?
Yeah, that's what I used to tell people. I'm like, Paul Cox is the best derby driver in the state, maybe in the nation, and I'm the guy that always beats him.
Awesome.
There's a couple of first place trophies up there that were against Paul.
Here Matt Wetzel's been talking some smack about me. I ain't even there to defend myself. But, those trophies in the background, they tell the true story. You can see the second place ones at Matt's.
So we got this side cut, and now we're gonna cut this side. Lizzie, you wanna go out in the yard and look for some rebar? We only need like this much of it. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna hack it out with this because it's super fast and we can always clean it up later. All right, I'm glad Tom's not here to stop me. Right, never use a screwdriver as a chisel. That's good. I'm just gonna cut the other side while I'm all set up to do it with my hammer and my knot chisel. What do you think?
We should have enough clearance now. I've been working on the back of that cab. We got to build some kind of structure back there that's strong enough that we can attach these seat belts to it. I think I figured out what we need. I'm going to run over to Schultz's now, pick up some square tubing so we can get building that.
So cut a piece about this long, and then cut another one, and then get a big hammer and your ear muffs and a welder, and we're gonna weld this all the way around here. All right, so when we get time to bend this, we're just gonna bend it as we go. And you're gonna wanna put plenty of heat into this. Okay. And you're gonna weld both sides 100%. Tell me if the heat's right. Beautiful. That is super strong. Like I said, don't know if it needed to be that strong, but it is super strong now. Okay, now we just gotta do the other side.
I love coming back here. I love the smell of a steel yard. There's always cool stuff going on. Check this out over here. I think we should get one of those. That thing is cool.
All right, Lizzie's just gonna blow all the dust off this, and then we are going to final assemble the rear, everything.
I got sent over to their new shop. This thing is enormous. It's pretty cool. Looks like they're just getting moved in here. They're finding me some steel. I don't think they've got set up the saws and stuff yet, so we're gonna chop it in half somehow and get it loaded up, and we will be on our way.
Okay, I'm gonna take some cardboard and make these shock pocket covers. I'm gonna make this for one side and see if it fits the other. So I like that. Okay, we're gonna see if we're good enough that one side fits both. Heck yeah, it does. Yeah, it's thinner than a quarter, thicker than 3/16. So go out in the metal shed and see if you can find a scrap of 3/16.
Found it.
There is one. All right, so now we need to bend these into the proper shape. One way and one the other. I think I'm gonna cut some reliefs in here so that it's easy to bend, and then we'll just weld them up. Oh, I thought you went home.
No, I went to Schultz's.
For an hour?
Yeah, it took that long.
I didn't know you were not knowing.
I think he's going tomorrow to...
Oh, that worked really well. Yeah, let's go see if this fits. It just needs some minor trimming. All right. We need to edit this so it looks like I did this the first time. Editors, make it look like this happened perfectly the first time. Let's go see if this fits. All right.
Wow, in one try.
Thanks, Tom. There they are, matched set. I just got to make them fit perfectly. Let's see if I can get so lucky on number 2. That's awesome. That was almost perfect. This is really the one we made it for anyway. It fit the first time, every time, for the second time. This one is ready to weld on. I should just trace this, then I can just cut it without guessing. See if this fits. It does, but not very good. Nothing Lizzie can't fix. Hey, I'm gonna use your new speed square for plasma cutting.
No, that's forbidden.
I can't wait to ruin this with a plasma cutter. We got this frame so straight. I've been spending the last year trying to get it out of square. Go ahead and tack that, Lizzie. It's hot, so hurry.
How's it looking in here? It's coming along. We're figuring out where each of these need to go. So I've got one that'll go right here, one that'll go in the middle of that seat. There'll be a piece that comes across. They'll all weld together, and then the seat belts will attach.
Oh wow, Lizzie, this looks really good and complete.
That's good. I got all wet for it.
Sitting on these wet rags?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Would you look at that? It stays without even holding it.
Oh, yeah?
It's not even welded. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Is there anything else we need before, like, is there anything left to do here? It's just assemble and we're done back here. For now. Or King of the Hammers. All right, time to go to work. Keep going. I ain't scared. A little bit, I am. We came in 5/8 of an inch or more.
What was worst, when it drooped or when it flexed?
Droop. Droop was the bad direction.
Okay.
And we're in droop. We're in full droop right now, but not articulation. We got tons of room. All right. Tom got super excited and put this together. So one thing that I thought would be super cool is for the Wrecker to actually finish itself. So this is one of the ways it can do that. So this is going to be a permanent fixture on the truck, but it's removable out of the receiver.
So the Wrecker is building itself. There were some comments about it's going to become self-aware, Skynet references, and yeah, it's happening.
It's happening.
It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time.
I'm going to finish bolting this shock on, and then we are going to stuff the springs. And Tom, I'm probably going to need your help for that, so don't get too comfortable. I guess I'm not familiar with Skynet.
Terminator?
Yeah, I'm not.
Skynet's like the software program that became self-aware and tried to kill all the humans, so not to put staff against them.
Okay. I know Terminator. I know enough to be able to say, I will be back. And I can even misquote people. Like in the words of Mr. Rogers,
I'll be back.
All right, shocks are tight. Oh, and I'm stuck. Okay, Tom, when you get done with that email, it's springtime. We stick those straight out and then just pop them in there. Okay, we need to rotate this. Yeah, just pull that up in there. Let's look at the list. Move shock reservoir. I am going to cross that off.
What about the fronts?
Because I feel like I earned it.
I'd like to get the seatbelt things all welded in. You know, whether or not we want to mount the seats now. Axle, gear lube. What else is on our list?
I'm going to be kind of messing around up here, getting this tore down so that we can modify these front shock towers and helping Tom. And we'll just go from there.
I'm trying to figure out where the center of these seats are so I can make sure the seat belts feed right through the loop, right? These seats are actually super comfortable. I like them. These are going to be good. They kind of hold you in too. With the seat belts, you'll be locked in here good. Hey Matt, can you come sit in your seat?
Yes. Oh, look at that. One click. Like a peanut.
You need some serious windshield wipers to be knocking dogs off there.
Yeah. This is going to be awesome. All right, I just gave Tom permission to just run with whatever ideas he's got in his head.
I'm going to start running, man.
I'm going to start taking the front end apart and getting ready to do all the shock stuff there. So we get it tore apart. We talked to Chris from Bilstein. He says they're going to be at KOH, so we'll just take it down there and we'll pop them off real quick and have them check our work. All right, so now that I got this off of here, I'm gonna cover the engine with a blanket because we're gonna be doing a bunch of grinding, and we are hacking all of this out of here. This whole system is not gonna work because we've got to put some holes in here. Alright, the fun part of removing these is done. Now I've got to do the tedious, loud, boring grinding. Actually, I should just cut the hole first. That'll save me a ton of grinding.
That'll chop out a bunch of what you were going to grind.
Yeah. So I just got to get these marked. So I'm going to go make some precision measurements.
I've got all the parts cut out for these seatbelt brackets. I don't know what you want to call them. The seatbelt
enforcers.
The seatbelt enforcer parts are all cut out. I got them laid out on the table here. I'm going to weld them together and then we'll go install them in the cab.
All right, I just got to do that again over here.
Now you've really done it.
Yeah. Those are speed holes.
So this is one side, and I think we might be able to also use this to keep vampires away. So it's going to be dual purpose. Could be a sword. Ooh, Excalibur.
All right. That's all cut out. The next step is going to be rebuilding. So I think I'm going to put the shocks in. What do you think, Tom? I don't know what I should do. I remember looking and seeing there was tons of room on each side of the radiator, but I didn't measure it.
Oh, you're worried about him getting all the way in?
Well, I just want to...
Hey, I took a picture. Yeah, that's not helpful at all.
No. And it's offset this way 1.25 inches. Oh wow, we got tons of room. We get questions all the time about drainage. Look at this. those drain holes. I know I'm not telling you we're like good at this or anything, but I will tell you that we are more aware than it appears. We are more
Intentional.
careful and intentional than it appears. I'm not trying to take anything away from the chaos you guys are watching, but this is my life. This is how I live, and this is what I do in that storm I live in.
Roofing and drainage and
Plumbing.
off-road vehicles.
Yep.
Plumbing.
Towing.
We're almost all finished in here. I got a couple of tabs that I'll use to connect this down into here, but I think we're mostly done. I'm gonna be finished for today.
Oh, that sucks.
Look who's in our shop, just making waves.
Yeah.
So Rory's here scoping out the competition. He wants to know why he's going to lose to me before it actually happens. So he's here just gathering
Or
info.
I'm helping him have a fighting chance at second.
Rory's such a giving guy. Always giving. All right, let me show you what we are working on today. So I came in early, assembled those shocks, not correctly. They're just kind of mocked up because we've got to do oil stuff and we've got to do other stuff. Core support, right there. That's what we're going to be working on today. But first, we've got to talk to these guys. So we're getting Rory outfitted up in some Matt's off-road recovery gear. I don't even know why. We just are.
No reason.
Got a spare hanging out.
Which one do you want?
Well, whatever you wear, I gotta look like you.
Okay. You look good. Man, do I look that good? You look amazing.
Whoa! Tripping me out there, man.
Come in here, start barking some orders.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're such children, but we are.
There we are.
We've been discussing how we're going to be getting these access to the charging port so we can get the nitrogen in these without dying. And so Rory was here and he helped point out some problems. Rory knows about this stuff. We don't. We're just learning. So we're going to be putting a hole in right here so that we can charge those.
I feel like I'm trapped in a game of Among Us and I've got an imposter around and somebody's gonna kill me any minute.
Okay, how do we get on the center of that?
It's pretty good. You want me to tack it?
Well, I just want to make sure that we're in the middle of this.
You ready for that to be tacked?
Yeah, it's right exactly where it needs
So
to
I'm
be.
gonna hit the corners. You good?
So a year ago, we were drawing pictures on the wall on this, and we were messing with the forward control design. And then I ran outside and I looked at that International, and I came back in and sketched this one. I said, this is not feasible. This is what we're gonna have to do. They need this whiteboard, so they're gonna erase it. And I just wanted to show you that we pretty much, this is the entire build plans for the heavy wrecker. Like, this is the entire plan. If you want to build your own off-road wrecker, you can just download these plans off of YouTube.
He's writing it down. Drawing my own little. Drawing it out. Yeah. I'm stealing these right here. Yeah.
Look at that. We done good, Rory.
Job. We're gonna leave the B squad here.
Well, we're gonna send these guys down the road. Thanks for stopping by. Lizzie got this all welded up, and it's cooling down a little bit. So we've got to get the radiators in so that we can relocate the core support. That bar needs to be cut exactly 34 3/8. You're sitting nice?
Yeah, that fits good. Real good. Too good.
So, according to this just needs to be held up.
How much?
Not much.
It's set up down here. Let's just throw it in this bike.
Here the tow truck is just working on itself. Tow truck building itself.
Every day.
So we are leaving this unpainted, unfinished, and part of that reason is this is going to continue to evolve for a while. It's never going to be finished, so we always need to be able to weld to it and modify it and fix it, and we just don't have a rust problem, and I think it looks cool, and
it bothers people, so Matt likes that.
oh yeah. Baby claw.
Baby claw. No, it worked.
Okay, the notch definitely clears the hose. Now he's just gonna box it in.
This helmet has been awesome. I use it all the time now because it has different modes. So I'll switch it to weld mode, and then I can weld.
I just do this.
Weld mode, weld mode.
Weld mode, look mode. We're gonna see if this fits one more time. It's saying 0 and this is 0.2.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so we got to take all of this apart, and then
Cover everything
and then
up.
you'll tack it all up. Yeah, and it's not welding.
Okay, this is all welded in. After I weld things in, I like to shake them really hard, and they don't fall out, and they never do. But I just like to do that. I don't know why.
I have a question, Tom.
What's that?
Why are you hand drilling when there's a drill press right there?
Because these can cut bits make it so easy. They actually do. Like the big bit I tried first was just grabbing like crazy, but because these are stepped, they kind of self-center in a smaller hole and they drill right through it.
It's straight, square, and level. Straight, plumb, and level and square.
Got some elevated swag. I need to make that hat a little smaller, don't I? Ooh, these look super nice, man. I'm liking this.
Oh, look at those.
Check them. These are nice.
Yeah, they are.
I like that they have the plastic coating so that doesn't chew through everything they rub against.
Yeah. We got brakes for the wrecker. Pretty tight, Ed.
Yeah, I was grinding them off. But you
If you grind them off, then well, if you ever take them off and mix them up, then they'll be too loose. All right. So when you weld big old chunks of steel like this, so we cut a big hole in it and then we welded a whole bunch on it. And all those welds, when they cool, they pull. It has definitely warped this, so these do not fit. These used to fit really nice. So it's just kind of pinched in on them. And it's a lot, like a 1/16 of an inch. So we just gotta grind that out of there. There we go. Nice. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. It's gonna be here like what? Good morning. It is another day of working in the shop. We are working on the heavy wrecker. We got Ed here. Ed,
Morning.
what in the world is going on out there?
Oh, a terrible wind. Could be up to 50 miles an hour. So,
50-mile-an-hour winds.
yeah, that's what the name is.
Hurricane. We call it Hurricane though. What are you working on?
I'm doing some brake lines that come off of the master cylinder and go into these little brake lock things.
So you're bending up the...
Yeah, the short little lines that'll go right in there. Yep. This is exciting. You're not going to want to miss this.
It is 33 degrees outside, 30-mile-an-hour wind, and it feels like 15 degrees. If I were to walk out that door, I'd be in Arizona in 2 minutes.
Like a tumbleweed?
Yeah.
The bad thing that I do every time I flare anything, I flared it without the nut on it.
Don't even pretend like y'all don't do that, at least on one of them. He's got more chances.
I have this many more chances.
All right, while Tom's finishing that up, let's come see this. Lizzie, let's rewrite this list. So what you can do is just erase and then start pulling over. These star ones are what I want at the top. Everything with a star by it. Brake lock solenoids. ×2. Oh, I guess, yeah, you're pressing that into something you've already shrunk. Okay, back it off. You're good. This one, I'm not liking it. Should we try it?
It might smash on as you thread it. It'll probably form in there.
So there's a chance we have a different year booster than we thought we have. So we're going to look into that. And yeah, so here's all the things that won't work. We just got to find the one thing that will.
Alrighty, we are on the road over to St. George to the hydraulic shop to go get some hoses and fittings and stuff like that for the wrecker. And we're probably gonna get some lunch because it is lunchtime and I'm hungry. So we're here at Eric's and it is not windy in St. George, okay? I need this exact one, another copy of this, and then I also need a plug for this. I do not know anything about caps, so we'll see how this goes.
So we don't have it in one piece. I do have it like that though.
Okay.
I will give you the address of this place.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You guys have a good time. And we'll see you in March.
March 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Can I get a number 3 12 count?
There's that for you.
Thank you.
What, y'all don't want to drive the Jeep in the drive-thru? Come on now.
Motion and flow. Here we are. One more fitting and then we can head back to the shop.
So a number 8 JIC to I think number 8 O-ring boss.
Yeah, I should have that.
Okay. Oh, this?
That looks right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
How'd it go?
And I have all of these.
Okay, so we need a plug for this
There's that.
right there, and that goes right here. We got one of these. This one goes right here. And this one goes right.
What does that go on?
I'll show you. So they were both struggling with it.
Yeah.
She was having a hard time understanding that cone shape in the middle. That's what I need.
Yeah.
And that's.
She said that that's most likely from the manufacturer, and that's where you're gonna have to get another one.
Yeah, I'll just have Scott send me another one.
Okay.
So that inverted cone goes on that cone.
Okay.
And I just throw it
And you
in.
need another one on that side. Makes sense.
So we're gonna have to get Scott to get us that, and that's not a problem. All right, we got all these fittings put in. We're one fitting short, but for now, this is ready to go. We're done messing around with the hoses, and it's time to test what we have been working on that we really care about, and that is the science of bump stops.
Bump stops. We're
Limit
flexing
stop.
this thing out and we're gonna see what happens.
Yep.
It's freezing cold and super windy outside, but we're so excited to go do this. We're gonna go do it right now.
We're gonna do it anyway, and look what I got on. Do you know why? Because it is frigid out there. It is crazy cold. 42.
No, we still got way good shot clearance. Super excited about that. This looks really good. If we steer in, we're still gonna clear everything.
I can't complain about 38 inches.
You got more. Can you pull it more?
Yeah, there's more. So we've got about 42 inches of flex. I don't know what that is. Tom, we need to figure out the RTI number so we can see what it scores. It's a simple equation. It's wheelbase divided by something times pi to the 13th power.
All right, we'll go crunch the numbers and figure out what it is.
But we're an honest 42.
42 inches of lift.
And we haven't lifted a tire yet.
And we're still on these super conservative bump limit straps.
Yeah. So is that more than you thought we would get with those?
Yeah, way more. I didn't think it would get this far up.
All right, let's go in out of the wind and we'll talk about what you're seeing here. Okay. How do you feel?
Very off balance. I feel like I'm about to fall out the window.
Hey, look at these. That's what they're designed to do right there. Turn your wheels. A little more. Okay. More. That's enough. Okay. All right, so back when it was flexed out, you could see how close the tire was to here. And we had about 1.5 inches from the tire. Yeah. So that means there's more flex left in there if we put longer limit straps on. So what we would do in that case is we would put a couple of limit straps right in the center to control maximum droop, like total droop, maximum vertical, same droop. And then we could have longer limit straps out there that would let us go all the way to here. Now we knew that we need to cut this out for the wheel when it turned. We've known that for a while. I'm hoping we can cut just this side of these louvers, because those are cool. And then we'll move this handle back to right here, and the latch will still work. We'll make that functional. That's how we shut the hood. Well, that was a good week. We got a lot done. We've got a lot more to do. We're going to get on it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.